All right, hello again. My name is Frank, musician, photographer from the Midwest. This is take number two, trying to figure out the issues. So, if you were watching earlier, and NK, thank you so much for helping us out. And I give this another try here. So, all right. So, most of you guys watching this already know what's going on. So, hopefully, I don't have to explain it too much. I did switch things up a little bit. So, let me hopefully we have it all rectified now. So, all right, let's see. All right, Jeff, I'm gonna go again to send you another link, brand new link, and then we're gonna go from there. And hopefully it'll all be rectified. So, all right. So, so again, I did switch some things up. So I'm gonna call it brand new link on the subject, just so you know, Jeff. Okay, so here we go. I'm sending it out to you. There it goes. All right. So my apologies, guys, if you guys are watching the earlier thing and it wasn't working out properly. So that that's why we do this, just so we can figure this out. I did, like I said, I did change some things up, so hopefully that's all rectified and we can be all good. All right. So let me just check here. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm going to open up the chat so I can see what everybody is saying, so I can know that it's all working properly. All right. So let's see. Make sure we got two viewers. So I got to open you up real quickly. Hopefully it won't be a problem. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Joe. Great to see you. All right. So let me. I what I did is I took out my external monitor. All right. Hello. Hello. Hi, Kay. Thank you. Hi, Jojo. So you guys can hear me okay now? Hopefully. I hope. Um, and hopefully, let me see. Let me open this up again. And I did send out the link to you, Jeff. So if you check your email, it should be there. And hopefully that's all rectified. I'm assuming so. We can see this. Put it over here. All right. Let me see. We can hear you and see you. Well, awesome. All right. So I did do the just like I follow the instructions just like you said. Okay, and then we'll just see what if Jeff gets my link and then he comes on and I can hear him, then we should be fine. Now, how's it going, Ed Joe? Thank you for coming in, and this is the second run. So trying to do the bring Jeff on, and then we're doing it. I don't get in these enough to stopped in what I was doing to join in. Okay, gotcha. No, Jeff, I sent it to your email, just so you know. Yes, fingers crossed. Let's see what happens. So if this works out, see, I wasn't really thinking of all my past guests. With all the other ones, I didn't have my monitor on. So so what's happening is because I have my monitor connected to the HDMI, it's transferring the audio separately. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys. I think that's what was messing it up. So I disconnected everything from it and then just went directly from my laptop straight through. So yeah, no problem. Take your time, man. And thanks for bearing with me. And my deepest appreciation to Kay for helping us out. She was kind enough to come on and give us a hand. So that's awesome. You could send it to him on Twitter as well. Okay, yeah. Let me do that as well too. Oh no, wait, I see him.
There we are.
Oh, and you're switching. Let's see if we're switching back and forth. We should be good.
All good, Frank.
Can you hear me in real time? Hopefully. I hear your dogs.
Yes, Frank. Every time, right?
I guess we're winning.
So sorry, Frank.
No, the dog saying is like, "You guys got it."
Yeah, everything's working.
Well, that's awesome. Okay, so that worked out perfectly. I got to remember this then for Wednesday to just go to the event, get it going, bring you on. That's how we're gonna do it. And then I also got to remember not to have my monitor on. I see that, and that's the one thing I don't know why I wasn't thinking, because I set everything up and I'm like, what is different here from my usual streaming? And I realized, you have your monitor connected. You don't have your monitor connected usually. So I was like, okay, that's probably why. So I disconnected that, and I got it all just on my laptop, so we're good to go.
Good.
Awesome.
Good. Perfect.
And I can hear you perfectly, and it looks like we're switching back and forth perfectly. Ed Joe is in the house now. He usually doesn't come on the stream, so he's saying hello to us.
Hello, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Yeah, definitely. So Jeff, how was your stream earlier? I was watching. I joined in, but then I wanted to set up the event, so everything was good. It seemed like. See, you stream quite a bit, man. You stream like almost every day, right?
I have been, yes. Monday to Friday, 2 p.m., Frank, like our time, so it would be 1 p.m. your time. But every day at 2. But I was saying today, and I've been doing this now since September, I guess, every day. And
wow.
And then on Sunday. And I said to Joe, I said, last week was the first time, I don't want to say I ran out of ideas, but I went on. There was a couple of great days, and then there was days where I was like 5-10 minutes in. I'm like, okay, I think I'm done. But so literally, I said to Joe, I think I'm going to start cutting the lives down to at the maximum 3, minimum 2 to 3 a week. You'll have more. I'll have more to talk about, and I just think it'll be better for everybody, and not as long, because I've been going an hour and a half sometimes, and sometimes sometimes you can get into the chat, and sometimes you're really pulling at straws. So I think I'm going to cut it down to an hour and do it 2-3 times a week, and I think it should be a lot better.
But, so when you started, right, your channel, what year did you start? Because I've been doing YouTube since 2008.
I've been on just, I think, what's this, April? No, give me 2 seconds. September.
It's okay.
I've been on exactly 8.5 months. I started August 1st, and then I went live the 3rd week of September, and I've been going live every day since September, the 3rd week of September. And I've missed the odd day here and there, but Monday to Friday, and then on Sundays once in a while.
So when you see your graph, like, right, because when I open up my graph and I can see the analytics, and I see the the little peaks and valleys and stuff, have you noticed, like, from the moment you started like doing the live streaming, that's like gone up and up and up on your channel?
I did up until about a month and a half ago. In the last month, after Christmas, things they didn't take a downturn, but things changed into the new year. Just like I imagine, like any program and stuff, you get your viewers, you get them watching for a while, and then all of a sudden you get a brand new bunch of people. I've been through about in the 8 months about 3 cycles so far, and I'm at I don't want to say a downturn right now, but I'm definitely at a turn where I don't know if it's the time of year or what it is, but that was another reason to start doing less live streaming, because for me, I was going on every day, and I wasn't getting burnt out, but I said I wanted to start doing more videos, because I really did like doing the videos at the beginning. But
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that was it. I liked doing the videos at the very, very beginning, and I did them up until the first little bit, probably about November, and then after November, I started just really going live, and the odd video here and there, and I want to try to get a like a regular video out at least once a week. So I'll just. I don't want to switch it. It's not that I want to switch things up, but now the good weather's here, I can get out, get some footage, and I imagine, just like anybody, the time of the year it is, spring and summer,
Mhm.
you're doing a little bit more and you're a little busier with things and stuff. But so yeah, it really went through the roof, Frank, for a while, and that was another reason I started with OBS. I thought, you know what, I go live through the webcam, and I enjoy it and that, but I've watched so many people using OBS, and I didn't know much about it. I watched the tutorials on them, and then adding videos and stuff like that to the live stream, and that's where I'm at right now. And I'm not at a standstill, but I want to keep it going, so I don't want to burn myself out. So I thought maybe a few days a week might be best for me and stuff. That
Gotcha. And if you don't mind, I'm going to make your wife a mod so she can have a blue wrench on here for us.
okay, sure.
Yeah, that'll be good. Just going to add her there. Okay, yeah. So basically, I asked you to join on my 50th episode because you're on a lot. So I know that you're trying to grow. Because if I would have gone elsewhere, there's a lot of people who don't who don't do it as often.
Yeah.
So I knew that by you, doing it often, I can count on you, coming on, and it should be a good thing, And then hopefully I'll bring some of my people over to you and vice versa, which we kind of already have through the chat. But I think it's cool when you do kind of like an interview type of thing, that it merges your audiences together, And go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. I'm not used to the Google Hangouts as much, Frank. I really like this, but I've only done this a few times. I did it back in November for about 2 weeks, Google Hangouts, and I've never done it before. I've been on people's live streams and that, but I've never actually done Google Hangouts myself, except for about 2 weeks back in the fall and stuff. So I do like this, and I wouldn't be good like you are with this, Frank, because I just I get on there and talk myself. It's a totally different ball game getting on here and talking to somebody else. So I think you do a great job.
Oh, thanks, man. And a big Kegs just joined in the chat. Say hi, guys. Sitting on the class, and it's about to start. Dropping by to say hi. And then Running Man Studios is saying, when it comes to live streams, I haven't actually live streamed. I like to do one video live, but you see how it works. And then recently did a second test, and that's what Running Man Studios. So Jeff, can you see the chat on your end or no?
I've just pulled it up. What I've done is I'm just gonna take the Hangout and not minimize it, but I'll pull it up on half the screen. Gotcha. That way I can see both. I've just turned down the actual live stream, but there it is. Cool. Okay, now I can see the live stream now. Perfect.
Awesome. Yeah, and my apologies for not being completely pro with
gosh, no, Frank, no.
And I'm glad that you agreed to do the trial run, because that way we can get it all sorted out, and I can be like, okay, that's exactly what I need for that to happen, blah blah blah. And the other thing that I don't like it, I was because I like to, I guess because I gotten used to running my little intro and then doing my little slideshow and blah blah blah. So I won't be able to do that basically because I don't know quite how to do it. I know there's a way to bring in a guest through OBS, and Pusa has explained it to me, but only briefly, but I haven't tried it, But it's cool. I think that just having you on is going to be awesome. It'll be different, than just me rambling on and on about stuff, and I think it's cool, man. Maybe we can go into some of our trips and tribulations, because I've since 2008 I've been doing it, and you would think that having done it for so long that I will be so much further ahead, but I'm actually not, And I can tell you this though, that exponentially on my graph, it has started to go up since I do the streams once a week, And I think as opposed to how you're saying like every day. Once a week works a lot better for myself, just personally, just because I got a bunch of other things going on, and I also do enjoy making videos too, And I've noticed that you've been making your videos, and I checked out some of this, and I like that, because it kind of shows you in the environment, and you're away from the studio, so to speak,
Yeah, Frank, that's all I ever planned to do was videos. I didn't even know this existed, so.
You ever wonder how Pusa Studio does it? Because they're oh man, I'm not laughing at them. I'm I'm trying to put in my head to stream for 2-3 hours. I mean, I go for an hour and a half, and just like you were saying, it's, you know what I mean? After a while, you're just trying, you're like, oh man, you kind of just run out of things to say,
Exactly. Like for a while, Frank, it was I could do it constantly every day like that. But like you said, I think a couple times a week for me, it'll be better, and it might help the channel. I don't know, but I think not a little less stress, but not so much like you have to do this every day, and you're trying to think of things. At the beginning, I used to write things down, and then I came to the point I didn't have to do that. But I think slowing it down a little bit will help things and bring a little bit more life into it, I hope.
Yeah, and Running Man Studios is asking that same question, and I just commented back to him. He's saying, if does he think that do we think doing this live streaming like this and bringing guests on helps the channel growth? And I answer yes, it does. I can tell you, so by looking at my stream, so because I'm going into the 50th episode, so to speak, I can tell you that looking at my average of views, every one of my episodes that I had a guest, I've only had 3 guests, and you'll be number 4 actually, I believe. Hopefully, I'm not messing it up. Out of those 4, I get the most views from the guest. You know what I mean? So to answer Running Man Studios question, yes, it does. Now doing it on a daily basis, I guess you can if you can manage to get a lot of people to come on your channel and do the guest thing. Like I would think, like I think Jeff, you were mentioning having to do like a tasting. So if you bring like Big Keg, you bring him on and you guys do like a little taste testing. I'm not trying to advocate alcoholism,
I understand what you're saying.
but I think that would, I think people can connect with that more, as having guests on. I think it's a good thing,
I think it is too. And like I said, I've always wanted to, but the problem is finding people to come on, Frank. That's the people that come on our show. I could see a few people wanting to come on, but like you said before, you also want to know who you're bringing on. You don't want to just say, oh, here's somebody in the chat and bring them on, because you never know what can happen. But
yeah, a lot of things can go wrong too with that if somebody has a ill opinion about something. See, I trust you, I guess, and I think that's built upon me going on your chat and going on your channel, and you come across to me as a very genuine and honest person, and I gravitate towards that, and it seems very real to me. So I was like, yes, and so I totally agree with you that you want to do it with somebody who you kind of gotten to know through the at least a couple of months, because you don't want to just bring somebody on that might just rattle off some stuff that you might not agree with, and then it can go south.
Exactly. But you're right, Frank. I would like in the future, like I said, slow it down to just a couple of weeks, but do that too, where maybe one stream, 1 or 2 a week, and maybe one where it's just like it is now, and then maybe at least one, if not every week, maybe every 2 weeks, where every couple of weeks or something like that, have somebody come on, because it would be a lot of fun. But I've talked about it for a long time. I guess I'm not quite there yet, but I would like to try it in the future for sure.
And another thing that helps out, and I don't know if this information will help you out, for me, having that little break of days to get to Wednesday, it's allowing me to promote it ahead of time. So let's say at least 2-3 days before that stream, I can already start talking about it on say Twitter, Facebook and stuff, and kind of get the word out. It's like, hey, I'm going to be on Wednesday. You know what I mean? So people are adapted to seeing oh, you're, as opposed to just a random everyday one, that you're just kind of catching people. So it's letting me advertise ahead of time so that, they come on Wednesdays, and then, people can go about doing whatever they do. So they're not seeing you. So then it's almost causing this thing where oh, so I wonder what you were doing throughout your weekend and throughout the day. So it gives you ideas and brainstorming of what to say and what to speak about, And so for me, so on the weekends, because I have the ability to go and to a lot of concerts, as you see on my stuff, I can grab pictures and, talk about my experience, you know what I mean? So that helps it, as opposed to just a random daily thing. I can actually talk about the pictures and what I did during the weekend. So it kind of makes it interesting, not only for the people watching, but for me as well.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Frank, tomorrow, if I do, I think I'm going live. I'm not 100%. Like I said, I do go every day. Um, but if I go tomorrow, would it be possible? Would you mind if I said to everybody, take a look at Art Morbid's channel on Wednesday? Or if you don't want me to talk about it, I won't. I won't.
No, I think by now we should be just kind of like putting it out there. So I think we should be advertising it. So yeah, I say you go for it. I think your wife was asking about advertising on the chat. I said, yeah, go for it. I think it'll help out big time. Because even though like when you go live and even on Twitter and stuff, we seem to think that everybody can see it, but you know what? There's so many people out there doing the same thing that to stand out, I think it's best just to, just even like this, that we can come on and people are like, oh, they're test running things. But it's not only a test run, it's also like telling people, it's like, hey, we're going to be on Wednesday as well. You know what I mean? So it's like a little bit of a promotional thing as well on top of it.
Makes sense completely. No, I wanted to double check with you, Frank.
Oh, yeah.
I thought so, but I thought, best to double check just in case.
No, and I respect that, man. That's why, I'm excited. I'm excited, and it's so cool to actually be like talking with you like one on one. Even though we got a bunch of people on here, because like I said, you seem very genuine, and it's like if I don't drink, but if I still drank, I totally have a beer with you or several beers with you, hang out, have a burger or something,
No, I know what you meant, Frank. And I was saying the same to Joe. I thought, I'm looking forward to getting on here and talking to you. Because, it's fine talking to somebody like when they're not talking back to you or they're in the chat. But it's totally different when you get talking to somebody, even if it's not in person. But it's a little more one-on-one talking to somebody through the chat like this. It's a totally different thing. Because I've been on chats where you've talked to people before and then you get on them with them and you're on with a group of people, and I don't want to say it gets a little strange, but sometimes it can. So this is exactly what I thought it would be. And
yeah, and it's perfect. And I think I know what you're talking. I have seen like these streams where there's like 8 people, Yeah. And some people get left behind because you can't 8 people can just talk at the same time, So I think doing a one-on-one, and then you can just kind of like see the chat and answer a few things here and there. You're getting that one-on-one, and then you can talk after it's done. You can reach back through the chat and be like, oh, this person said this. You can go and talk to them. I think on a more personal level, I think that's what works. And I think people can resonate with that even better. As opposed to having like 8 people or 4 people. Because then you can see that it gets awkward because some people just kind of check out, even though they're on the screen, they check out because they're not being talked to or whatever,
Exactly.
So the one-on-one thing is definitely awesome,
I think so too.
All right, man. So yeah, let's not waste too much of the info here, and then we'll save it for Wednesday for sure, and we can be on for a while, and we'll keep it loose. You know what I mean? And I like to get into some music talk with you because I know we do that sometimes on the chat, and your wife's like, "Oh no, here we go."
Now, Frank, you're about the only person that I could talk to because let's put it this way: I have a lot of great people coming on, but most of them, they're not interested. It's like when I get talking about hockey and whatever, and I can ramble on. But if you have an interest, music, movies, whatever it is, I can go on for hours, but don't worry, I won't. But no, I'll look forward to that. I really will look forward to that, my friend.
Awesome. All right, man. I'm going to cut this out, and thank you so much, and thank you for your patience. And we definitely several retweets and comments on her channel for helping us out.
Yes,
because if it wasn't for her, I think I would have, And I what's weird is that in that moment, you get so like oh, what you try to troubleshoot that you lose focus on what you're doing, and it was something that was actually very simple, and she was able to kind of like. She has a very calm nature to her.
Yes.
That as soon as she started saying, I'm like, oh yeah. Well, why didn't I think? But
I know exactly what you're saying. I usually the wife does that to me, Frank. So I have my other better half to keep me under control. So
awesome. All right, brother. Thanks very much. I'm gonna cut this off, and then we'll see you on Wednesday. We're gonna have some fun.
Okay. See you later, Frank. See you.
Right, take care. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.